educator. What's up, beauties? Raina here and welcome back. So this video is gonna be me cutting my hair. It is about that time. As I promised y'all, the time is here. So I washed it and relaxed it a couple days ago. Y'all, it's really just bothering me. Like, this is long. This looks so long. It looks nice and like sleek right now. Y'all, when I tell y'all this hair is so long, it's driving me nuts. So all I'm doing is putting all this hair up. I actually need to kind of trim this a little bit too, because I have not since I cut my hair, which was a little over a month ago. So I think it was like right after my birthday. So it was like maybe like the middle of July or something. So I have not trimmed this at all. So it's time to do that. And like I say, cut all of this hair. Y'all, I really don't plan on this video being too long because it's really easy. It's just one little process that you have to do. And so the only thing is I need to figure out which guard I want to use. As I stated in one of my last videos, I used a 2 guard over here, and then the rest of my head was 3 because I just wanted to test it out. This part is always covered with my bang anyway, so that's why I went a little bit shorter. So I don't know what it is I want to do. I noticed that, so this is the 2 grown out. I noticed, and this is long, man. I noticed that with the 3, it's okay for like that moment, but like once it grow out, I just feels like it's just too much. I don't know, I just don't like it. So, oh, I'm sorry, I should start combing through it. But I had like nice hair waves and stuff. So I'm just combing this out and then we're gonna get started. I wanna mention too that also, before I even say the also, if you find this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button if this helped you out. If I gave you any type of tip or trick that you may not have thought about. So what I learned from my mistake last time, what I'm gonna do is put this cape on because y'all, I had hair all over me. It was so annoying. So I'm gonna put a cape on this time. And then also, I know this sounds silly, but I'm not wearing any shoes because I decided to wear my house shoes, like my furry house shoes last time. And those had hair all over them. I had to wash those. And you don't think about that type of stuff when you're about to like cut hair, you know, especially if you're at home, you're chilling, you're just wearing what you're wearing. But no, don't do it. Act like you're in a barbershop. Either wear something that's easy to get hair off of or put like a cape on or something like that because you're gonna be annoyed. So now we have all this combed out. As always, I'm using my Andis clippers, and then like I say, I have guard 2 and guard 3. If you don't know much about clippers, how they work, how they operate, the guards they go on top of here like this, because as you know, if you put this straight on your hair, you're gonna be completely without any hair. So if you put these on, these are different levels. So the bigger the number, the wider this is, which means your hair is gonna be longer and longer or shorter and shorter. So this is that. So like I say, I really want to go down to a 2 because it's just easier to manage, to finger wave. I hate when I try to do my finger waves and then it's sticking up a little bit. I don't like that. We're gonna see. Oh, I have a little bit of hair. Make sure you get all of your like bang area out as well. We'll put it away if you do have a bang. Maybe I should just redo this. I'm gonna figure out which guard it is that I want to use. And then once I figure it out, I am just gonna start cutting. I'm not gonna be talking through that because you guys will just be able to see. It'll be much easier to just see what I'm doing. And also the clippers will be kind of loud, so there's no point in me trying to talk anyway. So we're gonna do that. As a matter of fact, I am going to turn this cape around. If you didn't know, I graduated from Paul Mitchell School, Cleveland. I'm gonna turn this around because this is where majority of hair is gonna be falling. It's not gonna be falling in my face. So we're gonna turn this around like that. That's another tip for you. And so let's get started. So I really want to test out, let me try 3. Oh, and another thing about the clippers, so this little lever right here, it moves, if you can see this, it moves this up and down. So if it's like this, where it's considered open, where you can see more spaces, then it doesn't cut off as much hair. But if you close it, which means move it forward, these blades get closer to each other, so it's cutting off more hair and it's getting shorter and shorter and closer to your scalp. So just keep that in mind. Even though you still have the guard on, it serves that same purpose. So what I'm gonna do is put the 3 on and then close it a little bit, because I know for a fact this 3 is long. I don't want it to be this long, but I'm still going to close this lever just a little bit. I can't close mine way too much because it starts to hit the guard and starts like, I don't know, it's like scratching it or something. I don't know, it's kind of annoying, the sound of it. I don't even know if it's necessarily bothering it, but it's kind of annoying. So I don't ever close it 100%. I just kind of put it maybe a little bit further down like that. So that's a normal sound. So let's get to it. Let me figure out what it is that I want to do. See, I might be okay with the 3. I feel like maybe it is a 3 that I used the last time. Yeah, okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. So I have decided, and as you can see, you can still see my finger waves just a little bit. So just from that amount that I have cut so far, this is the amount of hair that came out. This is all of the hair except that little piece. This is all the hair. So it doesn't look like a lot of hair on my head, but once you get to cutting and trying to style, y'all, it's very irritating. So now that I decided I'm gonna do a 3, I'm gonna leave this lever right where it is. I'm not gonna touch it. All I have to do now is just go all over my head. Go in all directions. Make sure you go up, down, diagonal, however, just to make sure that it is getting all of your hair. You do not want to just go in one direction. It will not get everything because our hair naturally lays flat anyway. So imagine you trying to go down with this guard. It's not going to be cutting the hair. You need to go in the opposite direction to make sure that hair is lifted up and make sure that blade is touching where it needs to touch. Listen to me, trying to sound like an educator. So that's what I'm going to do. Like I say, once I get to the back, I'm still debating if I want to line myself up. My liners are not the best. They kind of cut a little bit. So I may or may not go in with those. I'm thinking about it. But right now, we're gonna just focus on getting all this hair off of my head, and you guys will see exactly what it is that I do, and you should be able to do it too.
Oh, it feels so good to take you off the pedestal. I don't know what I was thinking. Let it be more than drinking and going back to your place, never to see you again. That was simply delusion, followed up with confusion. That was just substitution for a lonely bed. So that's impressive, how much you're messing with my feelings in my heart. Oh, yeah, yeah, that's impressive, how much you're messing with my feelings in my heart. Oh, yeah. I'm going back to the table, I know they saving us for the stable friend of mine, 'cause they know all this time that I was out my mind, thinking you were the one, that it was love, feelings were strong. I should've known, I should know. I don't know what I was thinking. Let it be more than drinking and going back to your place, never to see you again. That was simply delusion, followed up with confusion. That was just substitution for a lonely bed. So that's impossible. much you messing with me? How much you messing with me? How much you messing with me? When I go with confidence, when I go with roll our hips and take a sip on it, take a trip on it. When I go, you can go slow. Wind it up all night, baby, take your time. Let me know what I want. When you turn me around, what I want. When the neighbors yell turn down, we keep it going like bum bum bum. Throw it back then rotation. Cigarettes and the season, shine bright as that season. Girl, you know you are a jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Jam 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time.
Making sure there's nothing that's really sticking out too much, and also getting like the rest of this hair out of my head, because I don't plan to wash my hair right now. I don't feel like it, for one, and two, I'm just trying to get as much hair out as possible. Like I say, I'm just lifting the hair, going in the opposite direction, lifting it up, just seeing and make sure everything is even. I did realize I missed a little bit of hair like up here. Maybe just like a little bit. It seemed a little longer at that top, so I'm just gonna hit that again, but I think I'm doing pretty good. I've decided I won't line myself up. I'll just keep like this soft look, but so far I can tell this is just gonna be way better, y'all. Like, so much better.
Jam, 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 jam. Sounding like you're wasting every time. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do. Oh, you make me feel like we could do it all over again, all over again. Can't you? Yeah, you make me feel like we could do.
Got a little hair on me, but that's okay. It's way better than what it was before. It's just like a little bit right there, but now it's just all on the floor and on my feet, which is fine because that will just wipe off. Okay, so now what I want to do is just grab my shears and just trim this up a little bit. I noticed it yesterday when I was curling my hair. I realized like some of the ends just look kind of, you know, like they need to be cut, you know, trimmed a little bit. Like I say, just because it has been that long. You can do this however you want. So y'all can see how those ends kind of look like they need to be cut. With my bang, I have no real specific method to it, just because it's really not that much hair. So I just kind of make sure it's all even for sure. And then I'm gonna just like lift it up, and then I'm gonna just make sure it's even that way too. And then I like to just have, I guess I should have kept my cape on. I'm just, that's what you don't want to do, is run the shears through your hair, because I don't know where that just got cut from. Okay, anyway, it happens. It's not the end of the world. So now I'm just gonna make sure that it's completely even up here. And we're gonna cut like that. Okay, we're gonna cut, boom, boom. And because I always wear it this way, I'm going to cut it that way. So what I'm gonna do is just make sure that this is completely straight, making sure all these hairs are going in the same direction. And then all I'm gonna do is kind of take my shears the opposite way and cut downward, like this. I'm kind of looking in the mirror so that way I don't screw this up. Okay, so you're just gonna kind of have a little bit at a time. Just keep on going to your desired look, however it is that you want it. Cause like I like when some of the pieces are like shorter, like right here, because sometimes they're too long and I don't like when they are like right at my like eyes. So I like for that to look like that, where it's kind of diagonal, and then much longer and, you know, more body and full, like much more fuller on the other side. So this is what I'm just gonna continue to do. So now that I see I have cut this right here, I'm not gonna cut that anymore. Cause like I said, this is just like a cute little trim. This is not me trying to do the most right now. Okay. If I wanted to, what I'm gonna do is not take any of this hair that I already cut. I'm gonna take this right here, do the exact same thing, and cut downward. Okay, that's really just giving me some layers, making sure this area right here is still like a cute length. You see how it was short right here? That's what I just cut. So I'm just gonna do that all over up here. And I'm doing this diagonally just because, like I say, I like when I do my little flips and stuff, because I always curl it this way. I want it to have that nice, like those nice C's. I don't know, like, I guess just layers, but you know the look I'm talking about. Like, I like for it to look like that, so that's why I always cut diagonally. I part diagonally, I can't even say the word. I part diagonally. I don't even know if I just said it right that time. And then I also cut that same way. So as you can see, this is diagonal, this is diagonal. Okay, it's not going straight towards my face. If that's how you wear your hair, if you wear it more towards your face, that's how you're gonna wanna cut it. But I don't, because I like my bang much longer, and then also to the side. So I am going to part diagonally and also cut diagonally. So we're gonna be doing this like that, and we're gonna just cut all along like that. And then kind of go from there. It may not look like much while you're doing it, but promise it is going to make a complete difference when it's time to curl it. So I didn't do much back here just now, but you can see how I always cut my hair. So it's always kind of like shorter towards the top where the layers are gonna be starting, and then getting longer and longer. I don't like for my bottom to be short. So that's why I only cut downward, and then I don't cut all the way to the bottom either. So the only time I cut the bottom is when I'm actually doing like a trim, but not necessarily like for the layers, because I really want to focus on that top, and I don't want to take off my length. You know what I mean? Like, creating layers doesn't mean take off the length of like the bottom. It's just really meant to create layers and create that body that you want. So that way them curls can be popping, okay? That's what you want, girl. That's what you want. Now I'm just gonna like kind of look at these ends to see if there's anything that looks super split, because that's gonna help me determine if I need to cut it a little bit more. They look pretty decent right now. Like I say, I just cut my hair about 4 weeks ago anyway, maybe a little bit more than that. So, wait, a lot longer than that, but still, like, it doesn't look bad. So I don't need to like go in and like do more. Now, another thing, if you do wear your hair both ways, if you wear your bang side to side, then you will want to make sure that everything is like symmetrical and stuff. Now, granted, you cutting your hair at a diagonal angle anyway, so once you do that, you should still have some layers, but at the same time, not as much, because you're not focused on that particular side. So you see how I made sure like these little pieces were shorter. On this side, these little pieces may not be as short. You see what I'm saying? Because this isn't my main side. But if you want to do that, then you're gonna have these pieces shorter as well. So that's long. I know that looked long too, but it's shorter, you know? It's much more layered. So that's why that is done on purpose, because I wear it the same way every single time. If you wear your hair one way, and you want to learn how to do your own hair, I promise you are going to master it because you're doing the exact same thing every single time. You're not switching it up. Until you really get the hang of it, I suggest you stick with one style, one way, until you're more comfortable maybe flipping your hair and flipping your hands the opposite way of cutting and stuff like that. If you're already good at it, that's great. But if you are not, don't try it. Go to a professional, okay? Go to a professional. So right now, the haircut is done. Told y'all it's really, really easy. The haircut is done. So now what I'm gonna do is clean up all this hair and come back and style my finger waves again. I don't need to do this because I just put heat on it yesterday. I curled it. So all I am going to do is my comb, both combs. How did both of my combs end up on the floor? So what I'm gonna do is just kinda comb it out a little bit and leave like that. I don't have anything to do today. I don't plan on even leaving the house, but that's why I'm not gonna be styling this. I really wanted to just show you guys the cutting mainly of what I do. So let's clean up and then I'll be right back. Last step, this has nothing to do with the cutting, but just in case you're interested in seeing how it looks once it's much shorter and easier to do. So now all I need to do is just do my finger waves and then we're gonna be good to go. I also decided to start my finger waves in the back of my head instead, because if you saw my other videos, you know I always start up here. So I'm like, this is the main side that people see. This is my guide. I need this to be perfect. But I think I'm gonna start in the middle of like the back of my head and see how much of a difference that makes if it helps me figure this out a little bit better. I should have wiped my head a little bit more because it's some hair on my hands, but that's okay. It's not too much. Okay, that's done. That's a lot over here. I did realize I left this side a little bit longer, like as far as like sideburns, than I did over here. Just like a tad bit longer. Honestly, it's fine. It doesn't really matter. What you don't want to forget to do is also cut like around your ears. So I do need to trim that up as well because it's really annoying when you're trying to do your finger waves and then you have hair just on top of your ear. It's kind of annoying. So I just kind of do like one of those, or you can wait until it's completely dry, which would probably make a lot more sense. I am going to just wait until this dries and in place. So I'm just gonna kind of push and comb all of this downward to make sure it dries flat. And then that way, once it's dry, I can go in and just snip, snip, snip like that. So I'm just gonna clean up over my ears once that's done. But other than that, this is so much better and easier to do when it's so much shorter. It just looks, and I don't know, it's just so much easier. I'm hoping that you guys are finding this video to be helpful because it's straight to the point and this looks wild until it actually dries. But this is it. I'm not gonna style this because this is not a styling video. So, and also this is wet. So another thing, if you do want to hurry up, of course you can just blow dry this hair It doesn't take long. Your hair is short, get it over with, and then you can style your hair. If you like me, I'm just chilling at home right now. I'm gonna just let it air dry because why not? And honestly, y'all, that's all that is to it. That's all it is to it. If you want to line yourself up and make these back lines a little bit more crispy, go ahead and do that. At some point, I will. I think I'm just going to have it done because I do want to design at some point. So I'll just have whatever barber it is that I decide to go to, because I have not chosen one yet, then I'll just have them do the lineup. So yeah, you guys, that is it. Hope this was helpful. Hope you guys really liked it and got something from it. Please don't forget to like this video if you did find it helpful, or if you just felt it informative. I love y'all so much. As my mother used to always say, it does not matter what you do in life, always be the best at it, and I will catch y'all on Monday.